The first sound was the pop of a cork. Sharp, clean, like a gunshot muffled by silk. I flinched, even though it came from my own hand. "You're shaking," Daniel said with a laugh. His tie hung loose around his neck, the blue one I'd ironed an hour ago. The one I bought him last month. He said it made him look executive. His words, not mine. He was sitting at the kitchen island, scrolling through his phone, his reflection glimmering faintly in the marble countertop. I could see the small, pleased smile curving his lips, almost like he was texting someone he didn't want me to see. But I pushed that thought away. Again, like I had all week. "Nerves," I said, forcing a smile. I poured the champagne into 2 glasses. "You deserve to celebrate a little before your big night." He looked up, surprised. "You sure? I thought you said no drinking before the dinner." "I changed my mind." I handed him a glass. "To you. To everything you've worked for." He smiled, softer this time. "You're the best, Mira." But his eyes flicked back to his phone before the glass reached his lips. I should have noticed the signs weeks ago. The late nights. The way he came home smelling faintly of citrus perfume. Something bright and expensive. Nothing like mine. The unread messages he'd swipe away when I entered the room. The new cologne. The sudden gym routine. All of it had the rhythm of someone reinventing themselves for someone else. But I wanted to believe this was just stress. That he was finally being recognized for his work. That the promotion dinner meant exactly what he said it did. That the reason he'd been distant, distracted, unreachable was ambition, not betrayal. I was wrong, but not yet ready to admit it. So I helped him choose his suit. I adjusted his cufflinks. I tied his tie, fingers trembling when they brushed the pulse in his throat. "Do I look good enough for the boss?" he joked. "You look like someone about to get what they deserve," I'd replied. Neither of us realized how true that was. After he left, the silence in the house was suffocating. I washed the champagne glasses, wiped the counter twice, checked my phone, opened Instagram without thinking. A live story popped up, one of his co-workers, Lily. I clicked it, and there he was, Daniel, my husband, sitting at a round table in some upscale restaurant downtown, the kind with dim golden lighting and tiny portions that cost small fortunes. He wasn't sitting alone. Lily's camera panned across the table, laughter spilling through the speakers, crystal glasses catching the light. And there, at his side, was another woman. Her hand was on his knee. She leaned in, whispered something in his ear, and he smiled. The same smile he used to give me when he wanted me to know I was special. The caption under the story read, "Promotion dinner for the best boss ever," followed by champagne emojis. My fingers froze around the phone. The air felt suddenly cold, dense, wrong. I couldn't breathe. I replayed it once. Twice. 3 times. Each time, I hoped I was misreading it, that maybe her hand wasn't on his knee, that maybe the camera angle lied, that maybe the smile wasn't that smile. But it was, and I knew it. I sat on the kitchen floor for an hour, maybe more. At first, I wanted to call him. Then I wanted to call her. Then I wanted to throw the phone into the sink and drown it. Instead, I just listened to the clock ticking, the refrigerator humming, the faint echo of my own heartbeat. Betrayal doesn't always hit like an explosion. Sometimes it seeps in like smoke, quiet and poisonous. When Daniel came home past midnight, I was still awake. "You're up," he said, loosening his tie. He looked flushed, content. "Full. How was the dinner?" I asked, my voice careful. "Good. Long. The partners were there. Big night." He smiled faintly. "I think it went well." "Did Lily have fun?" He froze. Just a flicker, but enough. His hand paused halfway to his collar button. "What?" "I saw her story." He blinked. "Oh, right. Yeah. She's always posting everything. You know how she is." "Yeah," I said slowly. "I saw." He tried to smile again, but it faltered. "You're not seriously, Mira, come on. She's just a co-worker. Her hand was on your leg." He exhaled through his nose, sharp. "It wasn't like that. You're reading too much into it." "Then tell me what it was like." Silence. The kind that makes your ears ring. He looked at me, and in that second I saw the truth. Not in what he said, but in what he didn't. The guilt lived in the small movements. The way he avoided my eyes. The way his hand twitched toward his phone again, instinctively. He opened his mouth. Closed it. "Mira, it's complicated," he said finally. "Things have been weird between us. You've been distant, and don't, I said quietly. Because there it was. The script. The justification. The blame that shifts like smoke until it fills your lungs. He rubbed his face. I didn't mean for it to happen. That was the part that broke me. Not the betrayal, but the cowardice of it. The smallness. Later, after he fell asleep on the couch, still in his shirt, his phone face down on the coffee table. I picked it up. The passcode was the same. I didn't even hesitate. The messages were all there. Weeks of them. Jokes, heart emojis, half-cent plans, a photo of the same tie I had ironed, captioned, "This one's my favorite." From her. Not me. I didn't cry. I just stared at the words until the letters blurred and shifted into something meaningless. Then I opened the camera app, the same one she'd used, and I started recording. The video was short, just a slow pan across the living room. Daniel asleep on the couch, his phone screen glowing faintly. The open chat with her name. The words on the screen, "I miss you already." No voice, no commentary, just truth. I uploaded it to my story. Then I turned off my phone. By morning, everything had changed. He woke to silence. No coffee, no breakfast, no soft greeting. Just a note on the counter. Promotion well-deserved. I don't know what he did when he saw it. I didn't stay to find out. I sat in my car, parked 2 blocks away, watching the sun rise over a city that suddenly looked sharper, colder, more honest. For the first time in months, I didn't feel small. I felt empty, yes, but also awake. And when my phone began to buzz with notifications, messages, comments, disbelief, I didn't check them. Some truths, I decided, don't need to be rewritten. They just need to be seen.